Hi everyone, this is video 8 of the 90-day video challenge, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about exercising, and in particular exercising when you've got kids in tow. If you watched my video 2 on running, you'll know that getting out there and doing a bit of exercise is really important to me as a person, me as a mum and me as a business owner. So yeah, I think it should be important to lots of people. Why exercise is good? You probably know all of this, but I'll run through it very quickly as well. So obviously there's some health benefits there. It's going to get you fit, it's going to get your blood pumping, it's going to get everything moving. It's good, basically. It's very good for you. But then there is the benefits to your mind as well. So for me, it certainly brings a high level of clarity of thought, getting out there and clearing my head by exercising, and a lot of people say that as well. It's also a way to relax your body, relax your mind, solve problems, and there's a psychological thing in there as well. So if you exercise to make yourself healthier, you are doing something for yourself. So even if you don't have a lot of money to spend on yourself or a lot of time to spend on yourself, making the effort to do a workout or go for a walk, you are investing in yourself, and there is a really strong psychological effect to that. And I speak from personal experience here. I was continually putting the kids and my partner before myself, to the point where I just wasn't giving myself anything. And it's not a nice place to be at all. And just making the effort to go for a walk every day, just 20 minutes walking every day, with the kids or without them, it really, really did have a big psychological impact on me. Right, the excuses that I get for not exercising from people around me are time. I have not got enough time to do it. Money, I can't afford to exercise. And energy, I've got no energy left to exercise. The energy one, I'll throw that out right now. If you exercise, you will have more energy. It's a fact, it's been scientifically proven, so that one's a dumb excuse, and that one is out there. The no time thing I can totally relate to, and I will share with you how I managed to squeeze exercise in around my busy life, and hopefully that will give you some inspiration to find a way to make it work for you. And the money factor, so some exercise can be quite expensive, and I guess if you're wanting something ultra convenient, then yes, you may have to pay for that. But there are ways of getting free exercise into your day without too much drama, and I'll run you through some of those as well. So I'll start with the paid ones. So these are things that I've actually personally tried. There are other ones out there, but I'm going to stick to the ones that I've actually got some experience in. So the most obvious one probably for a lot of people is joining the gym. I used to love the gym, I really did. I loved the energy and the vibe and the loud music and getting in there and getting stuck in. But since having kids, I don't know, it doesn't feel like me anymore. I don't like the bright lights or the loud music anymore. I don't find it as relaxing, but a lot of people do, and a lot of gyms are now open 24/7, so you can, go when you have the option of going. So if you want to go at 4 o'clock in the morning, then you can do that. If you've got a partner working till 10 p.m. every night, well, you could actually go after 10 p.m. So yeah, there's a convenience factor to being a member of the gym. There's also often childcare options with paid gyms as well. So a lot of gyms have got a creche or childcare there, so that can be very convenient as well. As I say, it hasn't worked particularly well for me. I don't know, it just doesn't quite feel the right fit. One that I have tried that's paid that I've just absolutely loved is boot camps. So boot camps if you haven't sort of come across them, are a fairly intense workout. If you've got a really good trainer leading your boot camps, then they'll mix it up and they'll make it interesting. So, you know, I've been to a lot of boot camps and no one has ever been the same as any other one. We've done bits of boxing, we've done bits of running, we've done circuit training, we've done weights, we've done all sorts of different things, flipping tractor tires, all sorts of really cool different things just to keep it interesting. I do my boot camps through a gym called Peak Fitness, so they're a boutique gym. They specialise in boot camps and also in personal training, and I'll pop a link to their website in the comments section. And the amazing thing about them is that they have free childcare. So apart, you know, they've got really reasonably priced services, and then they offer free childcare while you're working out. So I have taken at times all three of my kids up there, and the kids have had an absolute ball as well. So that's worked out really well for me. Another one that I actually haven't personally tried, but someone very close to me has and absolutely raves about, is stroller size. So where you go along with a group of other mums or dads with a buggy in tow, and you actually do exercises with the buggy as part of the exercise routine. So your child's with you the whole time. That I haven't done myself because I've usually had two children rather than just one. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of merit in that. That sounds really cool. I wanted to talk a little bit about some free options as well. So the obvious one is walking. Walking is free, it's easy, and it's really easy to do with kids. So if you've got a buggy or a carrier, you're pretty much good to go. Now I can hear it already, but I've got 2 kids under 3, or I've got 4 kids under 6. Well, you know what, I had 3 kids under 4 and I managed to do it. So I have a baby jogger City Select, I think it's called, and it's got 2 seats, and then we put a little skateboard on the back as well, so I could have all 3 kids on the buggy if I needed to. And off I went walking. So I set myself a little challenge just after Charlotte was born, that I would walk. If it was within 3 k's of the house, then I would walk rather than take the car. You know, for lots of reasons. 1, to get some fresh air. 2, to get some exercise. 3, to save some money on petrol. And 4, it's actually easier to walk than it is to put 3 kids into the car, drive where you're going, find a park, get 3 kids out of the car, get 3 kids into wherever it is that you're going, and then turn around and do all the reverse coming back. To have them all loaded onto a buggy and just wheel them out, way easier, especially if it's raining. If it's raining, they're under a cover on the buggy, and it's only me that really got wet. So walking. We walk to school, we walk home from school, we walk to kindy, we walk down to the shops. Of the 50 days that are in a school term last year, we would have walked at least 40 of them there and back. So walking, I think, go for it. If you don't have a double buggy, get yourself a good carrier. So have one child in the buggy, and then have one in a wrap. I've got a Manduka. I absolutely swear by it. The kids are incredibly comfortable in there, and it can carry up to 20 kilos. And it can easily switch from, I can switch from Charlotte to Nathan to Benji in the matter of a minute or 2. So I definitely rate those. If you're into baby wearing too, often there's baby wearing groups out there that are also into walking and exercising. So in Auckland there's a baby wearing tramping group, which I haven't done yet because I can only, there's a limit to how many children you can wear. But that's certainly something that would have been of interest to me if I'd found that when I only had 1 or maybe 2 babies. Another free one is playing with the kids. So this is totally underrated as well, but playing with the kids is a great workout, and it's so good for you and so good for your child. Spending 20 minutes kicking a soccer ball around the back garden, you're getting a good workout, especially if you keep running on the spot, even when you don't have the ball, and you're bonding with your child as well. So you're developing them physically, mentally, and socially. You're developing yourself physically, mentally, and socially. How can you not find time for something like that? Kicking the soccer ball around is a good one. Having running races at the park is a good one. Dancing around the lounge is a good one. dancing can actually burn a lot of calories. If you're at the playground, your kids are climbing, climb with them. You'd be amazed at how many calories you can burn climbing one of those cargo nets, and trust me, you'll feel it the next day when you get up. It uses a whole heap of muscles that you haven't used for years and years and years. Every little bit helps, and studies have actually shown that if you can incorporate natural movement into your day, it's actually more beneficial than an intense workout is anyway. For me, I also love running, and that's completely free. Well, you've got to buy a decent pair of shoes, but other than that, completely free. So the way I squeeze running into my days, I will get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'll go for a quick run before my partner leaves for work. So he goes at 6, so I've got to be out and back by the time he goes, hence the 5 a.m. It was tough the first morning getting up at that time. My kids still wake during the night. I'm still up at least 3 times during the night, so sleep is quite precious to me. But you get used to it. And now the cool thing is, because I get up at 5 pretty much every morning, on the weekend I let myself sleep until 6, and it feels amazing. I get this really great sleep in, and I'm still up at 6 ready for the whole day. You might lose a little bit of sleep doing that, and here would be my advice. If sleep's really important to you and you need it, or your kids are still up during the night, this is what I personally do. If we have had a rough week, then I go to bed when the kids go to bed one night. So I'm in bed at 7 o'clock and I catch up a whole heap there. And the other thing is, if you've had a really rotten night, so they've been up 10 times, well, don't run that morning. Give yourself that extra hour or hour and a half to sleep in on that morning. As I say, if you're used to getting up at 5, sleeping until 6:30, awesome. The other way that I fit it in is I run with the buggy. So I can't run with 2 in the buggy. It just doesn't work. It's not good for the buggy, and it's too hard on my joints as well, trying to steer the thing. But I've got a mountain buggy, an old one. It's 18 years old, so you don't need a flash buggy to do this at all. It's 18 years old. You can pick them up off Trade Me and Craigslist and whatnot for about $20, I guess. It's 3-wheeler. You do need a 3-wheeler if you're going to run, I believe. They manoeuvre heaps better, especially up the hills. I run with the buggy. It is hard work going up the hill when you're getting used to it. But downhill and flat, sweet as, you actually won't notice the extra weight that much at all. And just think, it's that little bit of extra calorie burning. Also, I think it's important to set yourself targets if you can. So like I said before, I set myself a challenge that if I was going somewhere that was in 3 k's of the house, that I would walk rather than take the car. Another one with my running is I just aim to go a little bit further each day. So a really easy way to do this and hold yourself accountable to it is to run the same loop every day. Find yourself a 3k loop or a 4k loop, or whatever's a good target for you. You can go on mapmyrun.com, or you can go on googlemaps.com, and you can map out and find out the distance that you're going, and then run as far as you can. And then the next day, challenge yourself to run to the next house or the next lamppost or the next tree or whatever the relevant landmark is. And every morning or every afternoon, just spread it out that little bit more. My challenge with my running at the moment is I want to run 15 k's a week. So I don't have to run that in one big long go. I can run, 5 3k runs, or I could do 1 8k run and then 4 2k runs, as long as it adds up to 15k every week. I'm happy, and I think that helps keep me motivated and keep me on track. Anyway, I hope that has given you some ideas. I'd love to hear your ideas as well. Please feel free to pop them in the comments. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and I've inspired you to get out there and get moving, because it is it's so good. Don't, do it for your kids, do it for your family, do it for your health, but also do it for you. Do it for you to make you feel good up here as well. Cool. See you on the next video.